I want to tell you a story about an organization that probably doesn't get nearly enough publicity or coverage for what they do. It's an outfit called Bronc Riding Nation. Lori Lee OHarver is the lady behind Bronc Riding Nation. She is one of the most passionate people about the great bucking horses in pro rodeo that you will ever meet. And they have managed to put together a program that links them now with the Trenten Montero Foundation. Here's more with Lori Lee OHarver from Bronc Riding Nation.
Bronc Riding Nation is a nonprofit that serves the bucking horse community. Our stories are deep and so heartfelt, and you know, these horses are beloved and they're so different. Bronc Riding Nation just gives people an opportunity to fall in love with another rare breed of horse. Yesterday, Maggie Zinser showed up and told the story of Nightmare. So the Zinser family started J-Bar-J, the Michigan Monsters. She told the whole story, but the foundation to all the night jackets, the straight jackets, like 60% of the bareback horses here go back to their original bloodline, which started with one mare. She somehow ended up on a young black ugly mare, big black ugly mare, ends up on a rent string in Detroit, Michigan. And she's hurting people. So they take her to the sale barn. They buy her for $150. They buck her. She becomes horse of the year like 3 or 4 times. They breed her. She produces night jacket, straight jacket, night line. You know, I mean, just amazing that this mare that was so close to being Alpo, if not for a rodeo stock contractor who had $150, started a dynasty. This mare started a dynasty. So it's these stories. I mean, how can you go, oh well, you know, that horse goes back to night jacket. Well, we all know that, but do you know Nightmare? So that type of thing. The year that Bronc Riding Nation started was around in 2009. I realized there was a need. It came to me in a time of great need. So I looked up one day, and everything that I'd been thanking God for, my house, my horse, my husband, my son, was gone. Tragedy with the 2 boys, they were dead. My horse laid down and died. Lightning struck my house and burnt it down. So, you know, you're faced with something like that, and you hear people talking about survivors, you know, and you just think it's a phrase. Well, it's reality. You make a choice to survive. And the best way to survive is to open yourself to God and say, okay, look, step me off in the right direction. And by 2010, we were organizing and moving on. And when I say we, I mean, you know, me, my dog, and anybody who would listen to me speak, because it's like, who is she and what is she talking about? It's like, stay with me here, stay with me. You know, I promise you this is a good thing. You know, Bronc Riding Nation has made a difference in a lot of ways. You know, first, it's that growing that fan base and the understanding. The Trenten Montero Foundation came into being last year, and it sort of galvanized at last year's Bronc Riding Nation Awards.
The Trenten Montero Foundation is a foundation that started after our fellow bareback rider lost to some injuries that he sustained in the arena while riding bucking horses. And so anytime we lose a life or career-ending injuries in the arena, we want to be able to be there and use our funds and our expertise that we're drawing in to help those families.
The board called the other day and said, Lori, you know, we'd love to do this auction. We don't have a place. And it's like, yeah, you do. You know, we'll just open the Bronc Riding Nation Awards with that. So that's what we did. The bareback riders, you know, came out en masse and supported this. Mason Clements, who's on the board of the Trenten Montero Foundation, gets a hold of me and says, I asked all the bareback riders to wear a blue shirt, and then I'm going to go collect them all, and they're going to sign them, and I'm taking them to the dry cleaners, and we're going to bring them back up, and we're going to auction these shirts. So I just throw my hands up, shirt off of their backs auction. It's the shirt off of their backs auction. So all of the shirts that went for, you know, anywhere from over 1,000 to 250. 5-Star Rodeo from South Florida got a guitar donated by the Seminole Hard Rock. They're a Seminole company. So we had, you know, we donated that guitar back to the Trenten Montero Foundation.
It's so cool to see the businesses and the associations in our industry step up to the plate to help us raise money, like we have here at Bronc Riding Nation Awards for the Shirt Off Your Back auction. We're open to any any way that we can possibly raise awareness for the underinsured rodeo athlete, professional rodeo athlete. And like this auction and Barstow Pro Rodeo, Rodeo Quincy, Silver State Stampede, Battleborn Broncs, those businesses, those associations are doing a great job helping us raise awareness and raise money for our foundation.
Anytime what you do has a big, wide, dangerous core, it brings to the forefront that you're not promised tomorrow, because it's not a guarantee, and we know this. You know, a lot of times in life, if you're not exposed to risk or danger, you start to take things for granted, and you think that everybody's going to be here. You know, it's all okay. How it is today is how it's always going to be. It's not true. And in rodeo, we know that, and we pay attention to it. So the relationships are deeper, they're stronger. Life changes on a dime, and you know, we honor that.
Lori Lee OHarver and Bronc Riding Nation put on an event at the Westgate in Las Vegas every year during the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. It's called the Bronc Riding Nation Awards. That auction that she talked about, along with Mason Clements in that video, took place during the Bronc Riding Nation Awards. You see the total there on your screen. The Trenten Montero Foundation raised $13,375 during that auction last December. The Trenten Montero Foundation supports bareback riders and folks in need in honor of Trenten Montero and his beautiful wife, Maria, and their son, Noah. Trenton only qualified for the NFR one time. He had an impact on everybody he knew. And thank you so much to the bareback riders, to the saddle bronc riders, to Bronc Riding Nation for their support.